Angie. Vamos a demostrar que es real. Sueño con llegar allí aún. Hijo hacia la luz. ¡Lo conseguí!
I really like how you put some little details in traditional animation into the movie. And I'd like to know your opinion. Do you think traditional animation and CG should be mixed more often, or maybe even that films as big as Over the Moon should give the spotlight again to hand-drawn animation?
Well, I love to draw. This is who I am. And Jesus, I have to say that I did more drawing in this movie than I did in The Little Mermaid. A hand-drawn film, because it's hand-drawn, obviously there's a lot of hand-drawn in it, but what you don't see is underneath all of what you see on the screen is drawing. Every shot I was drawing in those shots. And so the key to me, whether you have a CG or hand-drawn, is the purpose of a story. The part that was hand-drawn in this movie really needed to be about illustration, to watch the story of Chang'e and Heyi on a scarf. It was an illustration that needed to come to life. And so the drawing part of it, as soon as I read that, I was like, I'm going to do this part. I'm going to save this for me because I love to animate. Of course, it was the last thing I got done. I'm such a procrastinator that the last scene to finish that we approved was that. If you have a story that you should really be thinking about, what is the best medium to tell it in? And in this case, this is how Netflix and Pearl Studios approached me. Do you want to do it hand-drawn or CG? It's up to you. The reason I really wanted to go to CG was because of light, pure light, actual light. The Chinese town was going to be about reflected light. And then you had to go to the moon. That needed to be like the equivalent of Wizard of Oz, from black and white to color. And it was, instead of just color, it was going to be reflected light as compared to source light coming from the inside. I gave to our production designer, Celine Desrumeaux, the cover of The Dark Side of the Moon with the prism and the white light and the rainbow colors. That was why I really wanted to go with CG, because we could do light, pure light.
Next, I'd like to know your opinion about something that Reed Hastings said recently about he wanted to Netflix to beat Disney at family animation movies. And I'd like to know, what do you think are the strengths of Netflix in animation, or what does Netflix have that maybe Disney doesn't?
Well, I have so many of my friends are at Disney, and I have enormous respects for that team. I spent my career there, and I left when everything was absolutely wonderful. But I left because I felt like there was something new. I really was looking for, as I described it, I wanted to live creatively without walls. And is there a studio that can be like that? And Netflix is a really wonderful experiment in an animation studio. We were the first ones planted there in a Netflix facility. This is their first foray into a Netflix launched animated feature. As compared to a big studio like Disney, you have where they have like one runway and a film that represents a whole company, and so many interests are on that. With Netflix, you have many, many runways and so many different creators. And the most important thing is that each creator be true to themselves, because if you are true to yourself, you will connect to people in the world like you. So that experience of creative autonomy that was promised to me at the beginning, and I had a huge question mark, like, yeah, is that really going to be the case? It turns out it is, and it was, and it was absolutely a dream to make it at Netflix.
Thank you so much again.
Thank you so much, Jesus. I really enjoyed talking with you. I wish we could keep going.
Yeah, thank you.
Compis para siempre, para siempre. Chica, chica. Hola, soy Gobi.
Guay, yo soy Chin.
Doble guay. Me pregunto si me encontraré con alguien.
Extraordinaria.